What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to analyze the tape of defensive end Mike Green, a guy who I think has massive potential, could be one of the best players out of the 2025 NFL draft. That is the upside that Green has. Now, obviously, there's some things that happened off the field, which did tank his draft stock, but on the field, the guy's an absolute superstar caliber player. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to start right away talking about some of his run defense. We'll watch some plays against the Cowboys. We'll watch some plays from the game the week before as well. But this right here was the first play of the game. And just look at Green get right into Luke Schoonmaker on this one. And he's going to just straight up push this guy backwards. Just a phenomenal rep right here. To me, this is exactly what you want to see from a defensive end. A rookie defensive end going up against a tight end that's going to play a lot for the Cowboys. Former second-round pick, Schoonmaker. Just a phenomenal physical rep. I think Mike Green is so much better against the run than he gets credit for. Mike Green does a lot of really good things. And again, he wins in multiple ways as a run defender. You know, as a run defender, you can be a physical player at the point of attack. You can be a guy that's going to really, take on a block, stand a guy up, and just kind of stay within your run fit. Or you can be one of those guys that just kind of disrupts plays in various different ways. I think Green's going to be that second guy. Because you're seeing plays where he's testing things, he's trying things. On this one here, it's a very simple play. It's a zone run towards the right. So Mike Green is the backside guy. He has two things that he has to kind of do within this play. So first and foremost, as the quarterback's going to give the ball to the running back here, Green needs to make sure he's able to come down the line of scrimmage, but he has to keep an eye on the quarterback in case the quarterback pulls that football and tries to hit some sort of bootleg action towards the left. But as soon as the running back actually has this play and starts running this towards the right, because this is a zone right towards that same side, Green has to come backside, and he has to fit the backside lanes for the running back. Because his running back could easily bend it back in towards the inside gaps, and it's up to Green to be able to come backside because he's the guy that kind of goes unblocked. That's exactly what happens on this play. Right, Green comes backside, the running back's trying to bend this back. There's a guy on the front side that kind of sets the edge, and with that, you see Green ends up kind of getting in there and bringing down Miles Sanders. Only picks up about 2 yards on this one, so really good job. But I also said a statement just a second ago that Mike Green's the type of guy that's going to be disruptive. He's going to blow things up. He's going to try different things to be able to kind of blow things up. And this is kind of what I mean when I say Mike Green's going to try different things to blow plays up. There's a right way and a wrong way to bite a pin pull concept. So you guys see Green at the top of your screen. He's going to get down blocked. And you can see he's going to just try going underneath the block. And he's going to try to blow this play up. Now, the way a coach is going to coach this play is he's going to say, if you're getting down blocked here by the wide receiver, you need to actually take this wide receiver on and either try to push him backwards or you got to try to get over the top. And you got to try to stay within the run fit. But the disruptive guys, the Mike Parsons, the Max Crosbys, these guys shoot the gap. These guys don't care about that crack block. They're going to try to beat this guy to the spot. They're going to try blowing this play up in the backfield. So look at Mike Green and just kind of think about how close he gets. Now, he doesn't make the play. And that's one aspect of this play that we do have to kind of keep in mind. And the play ends up picking up about 5 yards. The backside pursuit's not great on this play. Guys don't really shed blocks on this play either. But do keep in mind, what Mike Green does within this play is he does go underneath the block. And he does disrupt the right tackle here. He's going to get his hands on this guy, and he kind of knocks him off balance. And it's not like Green misses the block by so much or isn't even able to touch number 27. He literally tries attempting to tackle this guy. And 27 is a good running back, right? Miles Sanders is a pretty good running back. He can make people miss. He's able to just slip the tackle attempt by Mike Green. But in my opinion, this is what you want out of disruptive football players. Guys that have that quickness, that have the ability to play the run in multiple different ways. You want them to be explosive and come downhill, essentially. To me, I know Mike Green doesn't make this play, but this play shows me so much more about the mindset that Mike Green has. And it's not like he's, messing up his responsibility. In fact, literally just 2 plays later on 4th and 1, Mike Green's going to actually blow up the tight end utilizing power. He's going to keep this guy off of him, and he's going to help make this play, and you're going to essentially get a turnover on downs. So although he is trying to explode through the gap and make plays in the backfield, you also see him do his job when he needs to do his job. Right? He can take guys on, be physical, but he does have that quickness. So I did want to just kind of throw that out there. But just to talk a little bit about this play here, this tight end is a backup tight end, but still Green does a really good job with the hands. You see the physicality at the point of attack. Look at him create that separation. He knows where his run fit is. He's going to create that separation. He keeps that left arm free. gets off the block. The running back just needs to pick up half a yard. And Green gets right in there at the exact time. You see another linebacker kind of come downhill as well. And these guys are able to get the stop on 4th and 1. That's such a great job right there by the rookie defensive end. Against the run, I think Mike Green is so much better than what a lot of people think. And it is unfortunate because of the fact that he went to Marshall. There wasn't a lot of tape out there of him as like a pure run defender. A lot of what they had him kind of do was just get right upfield and get to the quarterback. So people were kind of unsure if Mike Green was a good run defender. But one of the things we saw in these first 2 games is the guy's actually a pretty damn good run defender. He's disruptive. He gets off blocks. He's able to recognize plays, a very, very good processor. And a lot of what we're seeing from Mike Green is positive. But truth be told, Mike Green's going to make most of his money as a pass rusher. And there's just so many plays of this guy winning as a pass rusher. And we're gonna analyze some of these plays. On this one here, he's going up against Asim Richards, who I think is a really, really good backup tackle. And you see Mike Green just straight up beat this guy. Richards, I believe, is in his 3rd year. So, he's played in real NFL action over the past couple of seasons. The guy's basically a veteran at this point, right? Year 3 to me, he's a veteran. And you see Green do a phenomenal job with the movement. Really, really, really good job by Green. He's not lined up in like an outside technique where you're in like a wide 9, you're coming as like a true pass rusher. This guy's lined up in a spot where he has to take on this tight end. He has to play the run, right? He understands the situation. And as soon as the tight end releases, notice how Green's going to take a hard jab towards the inside. And that's going to make number 71 come downwards a little bit. And he's going to end up hitting 71 with an outside move. He's going to chop the left arm as well. That's a really, really good job by Green. And you even see some bend within the move as he kind of hits that outside. That's a really, really good job by Mike Green to utilize the hands. I think the biggest asset Green had while he was in college was the hands, right? As the pass rush technique. On social media, when I was talking about Green and I posted like some of the highlights he had, he reminded me a lot of Max Crosby. That's kind of what I said I feel about Green. It's a guy that's very close to Max Crosby. It's a guy that uses his hands really well. This play here where he takes that inside step, he chops with the left arm. That's pass rush technique. But even with the right arm, he's going to pin this elbow. You see the right arm right there kind of come as that second move. That's pass rush technique. That is how you beat offensive tackles in the NFL. The quickness is one aspect of it. The pass rush technique is the other aspect. Green is one of the better technicians in the NFL. And of course, he's not one of those guys that's ready to be a top 10 guy today, right? That's not going to happen. But you see the upside, you see the potential. You see some of the plays that he kind of makes when he comes to being a pass rusher. Multiple dominant reps as a pass rusher. On this one here, he's going to set it up perfectly. He's going to end up taking a step to the inside, referred to as a hezzy move, right? Hard step inside. It's going to make this offensive tackle lean just a little bit towards that right side. Steps inside, jumps outside, and then look at the hands. Right, left hand's going to swat, right arm's going to hit the backside of 71. Left arm comes back over the top. That's a 1-2-3 move right there. And it's quick and it's effective and it essentially allows him to kind of get over 71. Right? That right there is what Mike Green brings. And you can make an argument the left tackle even holds Green on that one. Really, really nice job by Mike Green. And you even see more than just the pass rush moves, you see the movement. Von Miller recently said he thinks pass rush technique's a little overrated and movement is by far a lot more important. And I kind of agree with what Von Miller has to say. I would say pass rush technique is overrated. Being able to use your hands is still going to lead to winning reps. But the movement, right, that fake hezzy, jump outside, you use those hands, you bend the corner, you keep yourself up. That right there is absolutely flawless. And again, Mike Green to me is going to be a superstar player in the NFL as he just kind of continues to develop. Of course, the speed of the game will have to slow down. You have to kind of get used to some of the different things that offenses do. Some NFL teams out there will use a lot of like wide zone runs, and then they'll do a lot of wide zone play actions and bootleg their quarterbacks. And then other teams are going to just be heavy power, right? So Mike Green just has to kind of get used to the different types of players that he'll eventually kind of go up against. But you see a lot of the really, really, really positive things on tape. Here's another one where he's going to hesitate to the inside. He's going to try to cross chop 75. It doesn't work great, but he does follow it up with a second move as he kind of hits the top of his pass rush. So watch this here in slow motion. Right out of his stance, he's going to get out. He's going to fake that inside move right there. And you kind of see that. He's going to lean inwards just a little bit right there. That's to try to make this offensive tackle think he's going to go to the inside. fake inside. He's going to cross chop with the inside arm, hitting the outside arm of the offensive tackle. Doesn't work that well. The tackle does a really good job just kind of keeping his hands on Green. But then look at Green at the end of this, kind of bend that corner and get past the tackle. He's going to end up hitting the quarterback on this one, and this one's going to be an incomplete pass. So again, really good job right there by Green just to kind of be, continuously going after it and getting after the quarterback. Now here's another one. He's going to go to what is called the cross chop. Obviously it's the same thing as the last play. This is one of Mike Green's go-to moves. So do understand that you're going to see this move when he's a pass rusher a lot, but it's not his only move, right? He'll swipe with the outside and kind of pin. He'll swim over the top. He'll spin inside. Mike Green definitely has a ton of different pass rush moves, but his go-to move, I would say, is definitely the cross chop. And it works well, right? You can see he's going to be able to get past 73 on this one. You'll see that fake right before he kind of jumps out, or he doesn't fake it too much on this one. He ends up just kind of going straight. He does start his pass rush towards the inside a little bit. Jumps outside, cross chops, pins, bends the corner. That's a great job right there. Quarterback tries to kind of get out of there. He ends up going down. You got a 3rd and 4 on this one. Once again, Green's going to generate a little bit of pressure. This one's a little bit harder as a defensive end. Because of the fact that you have 2 tight ends lined up over you and the tackle, your pass rush is just going to be a lot slower. Right? There's a lot of guys in front of you that you have to kind of avoid. And he still generates pressure. Now, this play does come back because of an offensive pass interference. So the touchdown does not count. But just look at how quickly 45 kind of gets into the backfield. As soon as the tight end's clear, Green puts that right hand on this tight end, right? Makes sure these guys clear. He's going to line up against the tackle, pushes the tackle, bends the corner, and that bend, man, it's truly, truly, truly elite. I don't know how else to say this, but that bend is very unique. You don't get guys like that, and there's a reason why Mike Green goes on, he goes viral on social media for his bend. It's unique. Guys are usually not as big and strong as Green, but move as well as he kind of moves, right? Here's another one in terms of movement where he does a great job jumping inside. The quarterback does get the ball out here, but I just wanted to kind of show you guys how quick this guy is in terms of like the movement side to side. It is a defensive line game where Green's going to be the second guy to go. The D tackle goes first, and Green does do a pretty nice job on this one. You see the left guard ends up kind of falling downwards. Here's another one. This one's going to actually be the spin move by Green. As I stated, Mike Green has multiple pass rush moves. Reminds me a lot of Max Crosby. Max Crosby, coming out of college, also had a lot of pass rush moves. And the thing that Crosby did that allowed him to become like a top 7 to 8 pass rusher in the NFL is he fine-tuned the pass rush. He fine-tuned the moves. Mike Green just has to fine-tune it, and I am confident. And I'm not just trying to overhype a guy to overhype a guy. I'm confident this guy's going to become an elite player because of what he already kind of has as a rookie. You look at guys in the NFL right now, Lucas Van Ness, Tyree Wilson, Trayvon Walker. These guys don't have the quickness, the movement, the bend, the pass rush technique. These guys don't have what Mike Green has already kind of flashed in these first 2 preseason games, which is why I think Mike Green's going to be a lot better than all 3 of those guys, right? You can kind of just see guys that are going to end up becoming disruptive forces in the NFL versus guys that really don't have a whole lot of pass rush potential. Here's another really nice play by Green. When you watch a guy and every pass rush move is to the outside, right? It's a cross chop, it's a double hand swipe or whatever it is. If you don't show inside moves as a tackle, it makes it a lot easier. The thing with Green is he does show inside moves. The last one you guys saw, he was lined up over here. He starts up field, he quickly spins back to the inside. On this one here, he's going to beat this offensive tackle to the inside. So once again, this guy's showing different moves, different ways to beat players. On this one here, just straight up beats this guy to the inside. It looks like a cross chop to me. It looks like he uses the left hand, hits the inside hand, pins the back elbow as well. That's a winning rep right there, however you kind of look at it. Overall, I think Mike Green's going to end up becoming one of the better players in the NFL. You guys know how I kind of feel about him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Mike Green. What do you guys see on tape from this guy? And if there's another player of the Baltimore Ravens you guys want to watch, drop the name down in the comments below. We are going to be doing a lot of Ravens content on this channel this season. So thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time with another video.